an intern here at the Story County Extension and Outreach Office. And today in this episode, I'm going to introduce you to one of our staff members, and we're going to learn more about the youth outreach for Story County. So this is Mary. Hi, Mary.
Hello.
Yeah, tell us a little bit more about who you are in the office and out of the office too.
Sure. So I'm Mary Wilkins. I have lived in Story County for over 20 years now. I came from Northeast Iowa, so I've always been in Iowa. My husband and I have 3 children, one in high school, one in middle school, and one in elementary. So that's kind of outside of work. Inside of work, I'm a youth outreach coordinator here at Story County Extension and Outreach. So I primarily organize the 4-H youth programs at our office and in partnership with youth-serving organizations.
That's awesome. And how long have you been serving in this position at Story County?
So I'm in my 21st year, and 13 of those years I was in the other 4-H youth coordinator position. So 13 years as the coordinator of 4-H clubs, and since then I have been in the youth outreach role.
Okay, wow. That's amazing. We are so thankful for the impact that you've been able to make in Story County, and I'm excited to dive more into that today.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah, sweet. So Mary, with all that experience, can you tell us about how you what first brought you to the Story County Extension office?
Sure. Well, before I came to Story County Extension, my experience was first as a 4-H member back home in Winneshiek County. So after graduation, I came to Iowa State. I did go back home for an internship with my local extension office. And already at that point, I knew I was on the career path for extension. So they connected me back to the Iowa 4-H office during my college years. And so I had the awesome opportunity to work in the 4-H office on campus. The rest of the time during college took there was a 1-year break, and right after that I was in extension in Story County and have been here since.
Wow. That is so special and amazing, and I love just how extension has been with you this entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, it can be pretty amazing once you know extension and how you can stay connected to it. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that because especially coming here, extension was new to me, and I love whenever I hear you say, I learn about a new program, or especially with my education career, you're always going to have extension in your back pocket, and so I just think that's so special to see how it's come up with your story too, starting as a little child, and then with mine, even though they're different, they're also very similar in how extension is always there to help people out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
For sure.
Yeah. So then with this position, what are some opportunities or events that you help provide Story County?
Great. So 4-H Youth Development connects youth to research-based experiences with caring adults, both staff, volunteers, in a variety of settings. So often people are perhaps most familiar with the club program experience, but we take 4-H and those educational experiences to classrooms, after-school programs, to libraries, camp experiences, and even host programs and events at our office too.
That's awesome. That's really good and important. So then with the programs and the research-based things that you're able to implement, how have you seen Story County grow throughout the years that you've been here?
That's a great question, because 20 years can seem like a very short time, and at the same time a very long time. I would say for Story County, certainly demographic-wise, the population has increased. So as a result, so has the number of participants in our programs. We get to serve more youth that way, and have the pleasure of doing that with 2 full-time youth positions, so the youth outreach coordinator position and our 4-H coordinator position. So that's great to be able to do that. For Story County, I also like that there's both an urban and rural landscape, if you will, because while Ames certainly is our most prominent populated area. I live on a gravel road outside of one of our very rural communities. So knowing that we, in our role, get to serve everyone in Story County, whether they live on a gravel road or they live in Ames, that they can be a part of Extension and what we offer.
Mm-hmm. I think that's really special. And I've definitely seen the way that you've been helping me to get our summer programs ready and like helping me be intentional with like having one program in this area of the county and then one program in this area to be able to reach everyone, because Extension is for everyone in that way.
Absolutely. We definitely want to be available, go to where people are, meet them at where they're at. So that could be in their own town or community as well.
Mm-hmm. That's great. So then with this question or theme of growth, thinking about, because you have been here a while, how have you seen yourself grow since anywhere you want to take it? But yeah, how have you seen yourself grow?
So growth is very much an individual process, and is ever changing. I would say my growth has developed over time from connecting with families and youth participants, to developing partnerships and trying new curriculums, because there's a lot of ebb and flow and life stages and opportunities over those 20 years, along with those before me and the folks that will be after me. So there's a lot of opportunity in there. I would say my growth now supports and encourages others in their Extension experience. So that's really fun to share that perspective, as people join us, whether they are an intern or a number of our volunteers that help with our 4-H program as well as our other programs, or even serving to be a mentor for new colleagues across the state. So it's great because I also have the opportunity to learn from them. I love learning something new every day. So connecting and hoping that my experiences will be beneficial and supportive to what somebody else is coming into in their Extension experience, but also they have energy and ideas that we can support each other in the process.
That's really cool. I'd love to hear you talk about that, because I definitely, as you're speaking and describing these experiences, I'm like thinking of memories I have of you that I'm like, oh yeah, this is 100% real. And like true and like genuine to who you are, which I think is really special and like a wonderful aspect of the Extension Outreach Office. So
Thank you.
yeah. With throughout the years with the different programs and opportunities, is there a favorite one that you have where you're just like, or a couple where you're just like, oh man, like I'm so glad this is back on the calendar, like I can't wait to get out there again, or one that you just look forward to?
That's a hard one. There's so many. I just get excited about program opportunities in general. I have had the opportunity, while my focus is primary youth development in that arena, youth are connected to parents and other caring adults. And so I also get to share a little bit of the family programs as well. I would say kind of a signature program is our babysitting program for students in 5th through 12th grade, essentially, because we really want them to feel confident and prepared in their babysitting experiences. And that has kind of been a signature program, that has been a requested program well before me, and certainly something that I think will continue forward as well.
That's awesome. I love hearing that.
Yeah.
It's time for a regular segment here on the podcast titled What's Good? So Mary, can you tell us about some things we can celebrate and just what's going on around here?
Absolutely. So first and foremost, I would say I love celebrating the fact that families get to choose how they participate in Extension. And if once someone knows Extension, they have Extension in their back pocket for forever.
Yes.
So I just love that people get to know Extension as an available resource. It doesn't matter what our age is, where we're at in life. Extension is a resource forever. So that is really a great thing to celebrate. specifically to 4-H youth development. I love all the ways that we connect with youth. We're only an office of 7, so being able to connect through partners is also equally important. Whether we're in the classroom, whether we are partnering with other youth serving organizations, there's such a community component to that really is beneficial to everybody. So those are some really great things to celebrate. And the other thing that I would say to celebrate is, while we are only an office of 7, that might feel big or small depending on the office, we have awesome interns like you, and having interns helps us do more and connect with others in a broader sense throughout Story County. So we very much appreciate having interns. We appreciate having you helping us to do all of those things, and hopefully in return, our goal certainly is for interns to feel value in their role here, knowing that they're making a difference, but also further developing their own skills for their next step in their careers.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So kind of connected, let me flip it. So from an intern perspective, what's good?
I love that. So the interns, I think what's nice is we've come back from break and we're getting more into the routine of things now. We kind of have our schedule down, and there were 2 new interns, as you know, and so it's been special to get to know them too. And I'm excited for what the rest of the semester will be too, with how we're growing and even working together. And sometimes I don't always get office time with them, but when we do, it's really special because we're like, how's your program going over here? Oh, good. How's this going? Oh, good. How's the podcast? Oh, good. And so I just think that's really special that we're able to connect. And I think we talked about it earlier too. My favorite thing is that Extension is always in your back pocket. And so what I love is that Extension, the office has provided, and just like, it's an honor that the office has given us this opportunity to come in and help make the difference that you guys are already making. And it benefits us so much. Like, we're working in the county and we're making opportunities for families and the youth. And it comes back with, like, we bear fruit and, like, we benefit from that. So it's really special and exciting to celebrate that with the interns when we get to come together and talk about how we're all doing.
Absolutely. We love having the opportunity to share those experiences. And often our participants are like, where did the interns go? When are they coming back? And so sometimes our interns might be with us for a semester or a whole school year or even into the summer. And so I know, like, when youth are asking about interns, I know that they have made an impact too. So
wow, that's so special.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. I love celebrating that.
It's definitely worth celebrating.
Good. As we wrap up today's episode, I want to thank you so much for taking your time to share your story and let us be a part of your story with Story County. Can you share with us what the audience, any programs that can be coming up in the future to look out for?
Sure, absolutely. So I mentioned the babysitting program is kind of a signature one that families are often interested in. We have a new partnership with Story County Public Health as well. So we will have a program about safety and wellness for our younger audience, often kindergarten through 3rd grade, and we'll focus on water safety, sun safety, nutrition, moving our bodies, and being well. So that is another newer program opportunity that we'll be having. And then I had mentioned the family programs that I dabble in a little bit, and one of them is called Small Talk. And so that one is for families with children from birth through 30 months of age. And it's a 10-week program where we meet once a week and really learn the research of why talk with our baby in those first 3 years is so important. What I really love about that program is the families see their own results when they use a talk pedometer as well. So we have programming family-based, young children, early elementary, all the way through high school. So As those opportunities are available, they're always on our website.
Awesome. Good to know. That's sweet. Thank you for welcoming us into your day, and remember that your story is important to us.
Thanks, Mary.